Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I am using the Crystal Visions Tarot, and I'll just show you the box. Crystal Visions Tarot. And before I get into this week's reading, I want to let you know that I'm going to be in Montreal on Friday the 21st at the Love and Light Tarot Reading Marathon. And this is an event in Montreal, and there's going to be all different tarot people there, all different tarot teachers. There's going to be workshops, free tarot readings, and presentations. And I'm going to be teaching a workshop and doing a talk. So if you're in the Montreal area, I'm going to put the link to this event just in the description box below this video. Okay, so the first card represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Okay, so we're really starting things off on a positive note here with the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is a very dramatic, very intense card. And it can represent a few different things, but the first thing that came to mind when I saw this card is I kind of wanted to laugh. I think I probably did laugh when I turned it over, because it just is so, it's such a melodramatic card. And part of me thinks that at the beginning of the week we may have a tendency toward the dramatic. So we may make a big deal out of certain things. We may make mountains out of molehills. We may come into this sort of tendency to, you know, make a bigger deal out of something than is necessary. Like, I remember when I was little, I had this friend, and if she would like slap her brother or punch her brother, he would like react like as if it was like the hugest deal. Like, you'd tap him on the shoulder or something, and he would like throw himself across the room and start crying. And I think people with little brothers and sisters and they're growing up will know what I mean by this. But that's what this card kind of reminds me of, you know, making a bigger deal out of something than needs to be. But there's something else I get with the Ten of Swords, and that is, it represents feeling utterly defeated and just feeling kind of stuck and feeling pinned down. And sometimes when we feel this way, all that's left to do is just accept that this is how we're feeling, and accept that we feel defeated and that we're having a bad day. And there's nothing wrong with having a bad day. You can have a down day. That's okay. As you move into the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we have, oh great, Nine of Swords, not much better. So Nine of Swords is all about the power of the mind and what happens when we begin to believe our anxious thoughts. Have you ever had the experience where you're lying in bed trying to fall asleep and you have a stressful thought about something, and then you kind of think that thought, and then you get another stressful thought, and then another and another, and then before you know it, you're in kind of full-blown panic mode and you're just feeling totally stressed out. So the Nine of Swords is warning against that. So be aware of what kinds of thoughts you're having this week. And you don't have to believe your thoughts. So you can take a detached approach, and you can just look at your thoughts and think, huh, okay, that's nice. That may not be true. I might not buy into that thought. Maybe I can think another thought which is a little more uplifting and hopeful than that thought. So yeah, it's about being aware of your thoughts and the power that they have on you. And oftentimes this card will come up when we are imagining that things are going to be worse than what they actually are. So really this card represents kind of worrying about the future and projecting your fears onto the future. And in reality, it's not going to be as bad as you think. So as we get to the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Three of Pentacles is a little cheerier than these other two cards. So things are looking up at the end of the week. And Three of Pentacles, this card represents, it represents like working towards something. So hard work, but it's the kind of work that feels meaningful. So and I'm sure you've experienced this, there's a difference between just mundane work that has really no meaning, like, you know, working I don't know, I've had jobs like retail jobs or jobs like that where you're just doing these menial tasks and it just feels meaningless and boring. So there's that kind of work. There's the other kind of work that might be really hard and stressful but still lacks meaning. And then there's the kind of work that has meaning and you're able to use your unique skills and gifts in your work. So it feels like you're you know, being your best self and you're making the most of your talents and you're doing work that has meaning for you. And that is essentially what this card is about. So as you get to the end of the week, I lost my train of thought, sorry. I had something really brilliant I was going to say and it totally left me. So yeah, the weekend I think is a time to work on projects and you know, connecting, figuring out what has to happen in order for you to do meaningful work. And kind of contemplating this idea of meaningful work and how you can share your gifts and your talents with others in a meaningful way. Okay, I'm going to zoom out and look at all of these cards together. Oh, my little kitten Henry has come to join the scene. Hey, Henry. Merlina's on the carpet sleeping. There she is. Oh, I love my kitties. Okay. So coming back to the reading, I'm just looking at all these cards together to see if there's any themes or anything jumping out at me. So there's a lot of swords, obviously, in this reading. And the swords cards can come up when we're really taking things seriously and we're really in our heads about things, when we're really, you know, in our minds and overthinking things. And if you find yourself stressed out this week or worried about things, try bringing other aspects of your being into the mix. So instead of just trying to solve issues with your mind and your head, start bringing feelings and emotions in and your intuition. Connect with yourself on kind of a deeper soul level. Connect with your intuition and also connect with your creativity. Allow that like childlike, playful creativity to come through this week. So, you know, engaging in creative pursuits and art projects and things like that, and really getting physically grounded in your body, whether that's through exercise or, you know, cooking yourself a healthy meal or meditation. But bringing in those different components instead of just trying to approach everything from the perspective of the mind. That's gonna help you find solutions and also help you feel a lot less stressed. So that's my advice for this week. So I hope you found this reading helpful. And you can find out more about learning how to read tarot on my website, dailytarotgirl.com. My site has all different tarot spreads for you to try. There's different video tutorials, tips, lessons, exercises, deck reviews, all kinds of fun stuff. So you can check it out. I'll put a link to my site in the description box below this video. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week and yeah, I'll see you next week.